Hi there, I'm Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I'm here with our weekly video and tip on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and your wellness. And this week, I am going to walk you through what you need to pay attention for during the summer months, how you can create a healthy home when it's hot and humid outside, and what type of maintenance items you need to be paying attention to and habits you can do indoors to really reduce toxins inside your space. So while most climates around the country have higher temperatures and higher levels of humidity, we get to spend a lot of time indoors, and that means we should really be concentrating on reducing toxins inside. I want to talk about why it's so important to pay attention to reducing toxins through home maintenance during the summer. So ignoring outdoor maintenance will only pose a bigger problem in the end, as most deterioration continues at accelerated rates once the problem starts. It's a lot like the health of our bodies. When we notice a small problem, it's best to treat it and be mindful of that problem before it grows and becomes a bigger problem. You can think of maintenance kind of as preventative care for your home and your space. Because if you miss these home maintenance tasks, you could end up with a slew of problems on your hand. The biggest problem is moisture intrusion from the exterior. So moisture coming into our homes where we don't want it to is the number one cause of mold, mildew, and deterioration of building materials. So the goal of any house is to keep water away from the inside of the home in multiple ways. Assessing the home during the summer months is actually a great way to get a handle on what repairs or adjustments you need to make. We can also reduce the humidity levels indoors. We know that elevated humidity levels create an unhealthy climate indoors. VOCs off gas at a higher rate in climates that have really high relative humidity, and this causes poor indoor air quality. High humidity levels in otherwise healthy homes can cause issues with mold and mildew that can quickly get out of hand. The ideal humidity level should range between 30% and 40%. So one of my best tips for my clients and my students is to really pay attention to exterior maintenance during the summer. And this starts with one walk around of your property to look for some of these issues. So as you walk around your home, here are some of the things to keep an eye on. Are there any cracks or gaps or holes in my foundation? If so, use a low toxin exterior epoxy filler to seal in the spots you notice. You can also add a low toxin waterproof coating to the outside of the foundation walls to prevent future damage and deterioration from moisture. You also want to look for cracks, gaps, or holes in the siding or trim. These items need to be repaired, and you can again seal over them if you need to. We want to look at wood trim, siding, or decking. Does it look worn? Trim often needs to be painted and resealed, and keeping up on this will prevent moisture and damage to the wood. Are there any exterior vents that are blocked or dirty? Screens on exterior vents need to be cleaned at least once a year, and cleaning out your laundry vent is key to remove potentially harmful fire hazards. You can also check your gutters and make sure they're free from debris, and make sure that all water is being routed at least 6 feet away from your foundation wall. If you have an air conditioner unit, you can make sure that is free from debris as well. You can clean out the fins and use a vacuum to clean out any debris that's around it. And you want to check the soil around your foundation. Does it all slope away from your home? We want to make sure that the soil has positive grading so that all the water is flowing away from your home. A gradual slope at all sides is ideal for home grading. And then finally, check your outdoor faucets. Are they dripping? Are they pulling away from your home? This may be one you have to call a professional for, but it's definitely something to take into consideration when you're looking for outdoor problems. Another area that we're going to focus on for creating a healthy home during the summer is our habits inside, and habits that we can change on a daily or weekly basis to really create an indoor space that is as free from toxins as possible, and obviously one that really supports our health and wellness rather than burdens it down. So while normally we say to just open windows and let fresh air in to improve your indoor air quality, but in the summer we often see poor indoor air quality and high levels of humidity in the air. And so this means that opening your windows may not be benefiting your indoor air quality like you think. So some of these habits will help bridge that gap. The first one is to improve indoor ventilation. This can be done through opening your windows at night when indoor air quality is better and humidity levels are lower. But you can also pair this with using ceiling fans and running your HVAC system to get air moving around your home. The second thing we want to do is remove any condensation that forms on windows or walls. You'll probably notice that most condensation shows up overnight when your home is cooler and you've also had the shades or the curtains drawn. So this is a recipe for condensation forming on your windows. We want to make sure to remove that every morning with a towel and opening your shades. You can also get in the habit of using a dehumidifier. So if you've done all of the things you need to reduce your humidity level inside, like look at your exterior and change some of your habits, but you're still not able to reduce your humidity levels to 30 to 40%, definitely use a dehumidifier. I have one linked in the blog post this week. It's one that I recommend and I use in my own home. You can also clean your screens and your filters. So often we forget about our window screens until they're filled with pollen and dust. But the summer is a great time to either vacuum or hose them off and get rid of the contaminants that adhere themselves to your screen. The dirt and dust that travels through the outdoor air can contain allergens as well as pesticides from other yards and gardens. And so we want to keep these as clean as possible to get rid of that toxic house dust. You can also use an air purifier. This is a great way to reduce indoor air pollution. And they're especially great if you have a lot of outdoor pollution. Typically, the micron size of this type of pollution is larger, and so it can actually be filtered out really well with a really good air filter. I love the Medify air filter. You can use the coupon code HHOTB15 for $15 off. I have lots of blog posts about why I love this filter and the research that I did. So I also wanted to share with you some bonus ideas for creating a healthier space this summer, and even some ways to get out of your house and get some fresh air outside. So one thing we forget to do is actually get out of our healthy home. This is such an important part of detoxing our body, and unfortunately now more than ever we're inside during many seasons. So remember that if you live in an area that allows you to get outside more during the warm months, please take advantage of it. Longer days and nicer weather are great reasons to get outside of your home, no matter how healthy it is inside. And a great way to get outside of your healthy home is to create an outdoor space that is super usable. So you can create a space where you can either eat outside or relax outside, like an outdoor living room. And with an inviting space outdoors, you'll be more likely to spend time outside rather than inside. You can also choose an organic lawn care product that won't introduce toxins to your lawn or your outdoor space. So I really love Sunday Lawn Care for our home. There's so many alternatives though that have lower toxin options compared to the conventional lawn services that you might find. Now, if you have kids or pets, this is an extremely important area to pay attention to. Not to mention that any chemicals on the lawn can get tracked into your house through shoes, paws, or clothing. And if you need to get rid of mold, make sure that you do it in a really healthy, toxin-free way. So this winter I did a blog post all about removing mold from your space and how to do it without bringing in additional toxins. Essentially, you don't want to use bleach or other harsh chemicals that can actually make the mold worse and also negatively impact your indoor air quality. You want to do it in a really healthy way, and I have that linked in the blog post this week. And then finally, keep up on your exterior maintenance like we talked about, and use summer to plan ahead for indoor projects. Linked in the blog post this week, I'm sharing with you my seasonal home maintenance checklist, and it'll help you navigate which projects should be considered, and it'll give you an idea of maintenance that you can routinely do on interior and the exterior of your home. I mean, after all, home maintenance is one of the key ways to keeping a healthier home. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you can take at least one of these ideas and apply it to your home this summer to create a really low toxin environment to keep your body healthy and support your health and wellness. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, because I'm here every single week with new ideas and new tips on creating an indoor space that supports your health and wellness rather than burdens it.